Okay, let's hope this person doesn't steal my wheelchair because it's just sitting there on the side of the thing.
Just gonna look at it.
We're waiting to go into my echocardiogram appointment. And we had to assemble my chair. Right there. So I finished 13 Reasons Why book.
Did you find out the twist?
Okay, yes, I did. Okay.
I'm gonna say what it is. I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
She's not dead.
No, she's dead. No, I think the book is much better than the show.
You always think that, though.
Well, books are usually always better than the show, but in this case, in my opinion, I think that the show, number one, the language bothers me. It's not very wholesome when every other word coming out is like a curse word, and in the book, it's not like that at all.
But...
And I think it also portrays unrealistic expectations as to what high school is really like. I think it glamorizes it. Most of the show, and even most of the book, too. I was thinking that I was just waiting for something else to happen, like something that was more atypical than the normal high school drama. There is definitely, towards the end, events where you could see that someone would really, really struggle, but without revealing the big secret. I can't tell you. I think we have like 4 episodes left.
As for the language and all that, I mean, I think it's good just in the way that they're using real language that people use, like, you know, these teenagers use in high school. I mean, I know you didn't have much of the high school experience, but I was there and I lived it. And
well, I mean, it wasn't
most kids could not like say a sentence without having at least 4 cuss words in it. So
I just think they could have made the show better if they didn't do that. Because some of the things in the show didn't even happen in the book, and vice versa. Well,
that's how theater is, so you always want to put more drama into theater.
For example, like the Poetry Club episode, completely different in the book, and they even show an excerpt from the poem, and the poem isn't even remotely the same.
A year ago today,
we
were at the beach.
I don't like looking at that because it's depressing, and it was 2 years ago.
It's 1 year. Oh. It says 2016. So...
we went to the beach in 2015, and I posted the pictures a year later.
That's just your fault then. How am I supposed to know?
It was after my graduation when we went to the beach on vacation. Which is really depressing, honestly. I think it's been 2 years. 2 years since I graduated high school.
It is what it is, babe.
In 2 years, when I was supposed to be away at college, it seemed it was going to work out so perfectly. I was only going to have to pay $2,000. $2,000 for a 60-grand school.
Much better what I'm paying right now.
I mean, they had everything worked out. I was allowed to take my car on campus, even when freshmen aren't supposed to. I was getting exempt from the meal plan. I had my own single dorm rather than a double. They gave me a key to my own bathroom to avoid the perfume and hairspray triggers from sharing a communal. So I thought that was what was supposed to happen because of how great it was working out. Until it didn't. I became a hot mess express. I mean, it really wasn't out of nowhere, now that I'm thinking about it. The things were gradually happening. I just didn't notice it or chose to ignore it. Like in June is when it completely went haywire, but before then it was just subtle. But remember when you had your butt tumor surgery?
Oh, yes.
I was so sick that day.
I
was so sick that even your nurse was telling me how bad I looked. I kept blacking out in the waiting room. I wanted to puke, and I had to drive you because no one else could.
My family is longer than a mile. I could have found someone.
Mom almost didn't let me drive, but I managed to convince her. There was another time, oh goodness, that day I stopped to give you Chipotle at your work.
Oh yeah.
And I don't even know how I was just trying to go up to the air vent. I couldn't breathe, and I thought that if I just put my nose up trying to get oxygen, and I'm trying to drive like that, probably not the best idea. I don't do that now. Although I'm much worse than I ever was then, but now I can't drive because of the stupid stroke-like episodes that come out of nowhere. I am here for my yearly echocardiogram. With Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it is caused from a collagen mutation. And collagen is basically the glue that holds the body together. It makes up the organs and 80% of the human body. One of the repercussions of that is a lot of cardiac abnormalities structurally. It can cause aorta enlargement, mitral valve prolapse, and so every year I get a cardiac workup just to make sure everything is all good there. I've not had one done since I've moved, but every other time they've been good. We don't know if my echocardiogram is even going to happen today because we didn't bring the safe jelly because we only had one more packet since I react to the ultrasound jelly, and they don't know if they have the one I tolerate here. So we might have to reschedule.
It's raining.
I wanted to go somewhere and it's finally not 100 degrees outside, but I wanted to try to go to the little dock, and since I don't do well with heat, I figured a rainy day would be the best day to go. And Weasley was just walking around the house looking to get into trouble, so I had to take him.
If we can't go to if we can't get at the park and it'll stop raining, then we could always just go buy him an actual leash, because this leash isn't really the good one. It's too big for him.
I took the boat out on the lake, and I was okay. Need to get that feeling back.
Because it's supposed to be a park, but it doesn't look like a park.
Yeah, like I said, it looks like they were trying to make it into a nice park, but they kind of ran out of funding. Because he had like the nice steps and
Baseball fields kind of half done.
Yeah.
We're the bozos that come out in the rain and don't bring an umbrella.
It was, but now it's not mine.
The little guy? Mm-hmm. I mean, can you get him out?
Oh. I don't know. He might freak.
Put a leash on him.
What do you see? You see the pretty water? He's probably thinking, where is this woman taking me?
Dane, the posts are like he ran
And I'm
away.
still always slowly waiting for what follows.
My echocardiogram never happened yesterday. The facility wasn't able to find the safe ultrasound gel. We rescheduled and it'll be next week sometime. I just made feeds, but I also just finished connecting myself to fluids. I've had this thing ever since I've become septic where I am terrified to flush and connect myself to anything. And so I've been having my mom do it, and I can't even look. And I know it's a problem. And I am working on it. I used a billion alcohol pads. I did connect myself without having a freak out. And I know that makes no logical sense because none of my infections were caused from me to begin with. Other people share the stuff about my line just to show that chronic illness can be very traumatic, and sometimes overcoming the mental hurdles like PTSD from a traumatic medical event is just as difficult as overcoming the physical obstacles. What are we doing?
We were trying to study.
He's dead. Finals week killed him. He writes in chicken scratch, people, and then expects me to read it to quiz him.
What?
Good thing I have final essays rather than actual tests like him. It's a rainy day, and I finally finished. This is the last assignment of the course. I feel like this is where God wants me, even though I question why the first plan never worked out when I was supposed to go away to college.